Imagine someone hands you the keys to a modern sports car.
Okay, I like where this is going.
You sit down in the driver's seat. You finally start the engine.
Hmm.
The machine absolutely roars to life. It is practically begging for the open highway.
Right, it's ready to go.
But instead of driving it, you just slowly roll down your driveway, you grab the Daily Mail, then you carefully reverse right back into the garage.
Yeah.
Beat.
Yeah.
That is exactly how most people are treating this technology right now.
It is entirely true. People use it as a basic toy. They argue about Claude versus ChatGPT online every single day.
Endless debates.
Right. They endlessly debate which one writes a better corporate apology email or which one is slightly more polite.
It's just surface level stuff.
Exactly. They're completely missing the actual capabilities. They're missing the heavy lifting.
Welcome to the deep dive. We are really glad you are here with us. Today, we have a highly specific mission.
Yes, we do.
We are stepping way beyond drafting polite emails. We are moving past simple grammar fixes. We are going to look under the hood.
Exactly. We are unpacking 7 specific features from today's sources. These features change the paradigm completely.
They really do.
They transform a basic chat box into a highly advanced work engine. We are talking about true end-to-end automation.
Let us start at the very beginning. Before the AI can do complex work, it has to know you. We need to solve the blank slate problem.
Right. And this is the biggest friction point for new users. You log into the interface every morning, but the system has no context about your life.
Zero context.
It is like meeting someone for the first time every single time. You have to endlessly explain your actual job.
Yeah.
You have to explain your preferred formatting. It gets old fast.
It feels like the movie Groundhog Day. You repeat the exact same background details endlessly.
Oh, constantly.
It is a massive waste of cognitive energy. You burn out before you even start working.
It really is exhausting. This is where custom instructions come into play. Think of them as a permanent context layer.
Okay, break that down for us.
You give the AI fixed, concrete details about your daily work. You explicitly define your primary business goals. You establish exactly how it should talk to you.
The source material gives a highly practical example here. Imagine you are a senior software developer.
Right.
You probably want dense, step-by-step code explanations. You do not want fluffy, high-level summaries. You want the raw syntax.
Right. And conversely, imagine you are a content creator.
That totally different vibe.
Completely different. You might want simple, punchy analogies in your answers. You want the language to be highly accessible.
So it adjusts to your specific frequency.
Exactly. You set these instructions up exactly once. After that, it just works quietly in the background. It applies those rules to every new conversation automatically.
You do this by writing a specific prompt, just to be completely clear on the terms here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
The text instructions you type to tell the AI what to do.
Perfect definition. And you can actually ask the AI to interview you first. It asks you a few targeted questions about your job.
Oh, that's a clever way to do it.
It really is.
Yeah.
Then it writes the perfect custom instructions for you. You literally just copy and paste them into your main settings.
Wait, I need to push back on this a little bit.
Sure.
If we lock in all these strict rules, does it box the AI in? Does it become far too predictable and rigid?
That is actually a very common fear.
Yeah.
But it functionally does the exact opposite.
Really?
Yeah, it frees the AI up to be vastly more creative. The system is no longer wasting processing power, guessing your baseline needs.
Ah, I see.
It skips the boring basics entirely. It jumps straight to the high-level intellectual work you actually care about.
So constraints actually create the freedom for better answers.
Precisely. You build the guardrails, and it runs faster. You get right to the good stuff.
But human workflows are not entirely static. We change our focus over time.
We do.
Static rules are a great foundation, certainly. But how does the AI actually evolve alongside you?
This is where we introduce the memory feature. You can find this right in your personalization settings. It is a completely different mechanism from static instructions. It's much more fluid.
I still wrestle with prompt drift myself.
Yeah.
Beat. You start a complex project with a very clear goal, but 30 messages later, the conversation just loses focus. The AI kind of drifts away from your original intent.
We all experience that drift. It is incredibly frustrating. You feel like you're herding cats.
Exactly.
A truly useful assistant needs a persistent, organic memory. It cannot just react to your current question in a vacuum. It must understand how your thoughts connect over time.
How does the memory feature mechanically solve this?
It actively listens for important details across all your chats. It organically extracts useful pieces of information behind the scenes.
Can you give an example of that?
Sure. Maybe you mentioned you are writing a book about economics. It quietly stores that detail in its background memory bank.
Just from a casual mention.
Yep, just from a passing comment. Then next week, you ask for a quick marketing idea for Twitter.
Okay.
It automatically tailors the idea for an economics book. You didn't even have to remind it.
It builds a semantic map of your ongoing life. You never feel like you are starting from zero again.
Exactly. It weaves your past context into your present tasks seamlessly. It's kind of like stacking Lego blocks of data over time.
But what if it misinterprets a casual comment? What if it remembers something incorrectly and pollutes future answers?
That is the genius of the design. You have complete, transparent access to its memory bank.
You can actually see what it saved.
Oh, absolutely. You can open the settings and read exactly what it remembers about you. If it made a bad assumption, you just delete that specific line.
You always hold the master key to edit its brain.
It is entirely under your control. Always. You are the ultimate editor of its memory.
Let us move to the actual creation phase. The AI understands who you are perfectly now.
Right. The foundation is set.
It remembers your preferences and your ongoing projects. But what happens when it generates a draft for you?
This addresses a nearly universal user frustration. We have all experienced this exact pain point.
I think I know where you were going with this.
The AI writes a genuine masterpiece of a document. It is brilliant. The tone is perfect. But one single paragraph in the middle is slightly off.
Yes, you just wanted to tweak that one specific sentence. And in response, it maliciously rewrites the entire perfect document.
Yes.
The original magic is just instantly destroyed. You lose the exact phrasing you loved.
It is absolutely maddening. You click regenerate and you just hold your breath. But Canvas mode changes this dynamic entirely. It introduces a completely different way to interact. Instead of chatting in a linear thread, you open a workspace.
It opens a separate pane next to the chat window.
Right. It puts the text front and center. You can actually highlight a specific block of text with your mouse.
Oh, that's very intuitive.
Maybe you just highlight the introduction of a blog post. You ask the system to rewrite only that highlighted part.
Just that specific chunk.
Exactly. You can ask it to make it punchier. You can adjust the reading level. You can change the tone of just those 3 sentences.
And it leaves the rest of your brilliant draft completely untouched.
Untouched. Safe and sound.
The source material uses a really helpful framework here. It describes this as allowing multiple rounds of targeted improvement.
Exactly. You never have to start over from scratch again.
Yeah.
You act like a true co-editor rather than just rolling the dice.
But does this only work for superficial text polishing? What if I need to make massive structural changes to the document?
It handles structural changes beautifully. It is brilliant for improving overall document flow and readability.
So it's not just a grammar checker.
Not at all. You can highlight 2 clunky paragraphs and ask it to merge them seamlessly. You keep your original ideas perfectly intact, but you let it smooth out all those rough transitions.
It's a scalpel for editing, not a sledgehammer.
That is the perfect way to phrase it.
Sponsor Tensor.
We are back.
So we have mastered text editing with surgical precision.
Oh, we have.
But text is only one part of the equation. What happens when we apply that exact same iterative logic to visuals?
This is a massive leap forward. The system is not just a text engine anymore. You can navigate to the More menu and select images.
Okay, so a dedicated image interface.
Right. It opens up a highly capable visual canvas. It changes how you generate art completely.
The source provides a very specific use case here. Imagine you are building a 16:9 presentation deck.
A very common corporate task.
You need a background visual of a futuristic AI workspace. You specifically ask for a modern blue and purple color palette.
Right. You type in all those detailed parameters. You want a clean, premium 3D illustration style. You hit generate, and it creates a stunning image.
But image generation is notoriously finicky. Usually the first result is just slightly wrong.
There's always one weird artifact.
Historically, you would have to rewrite your entire prompt. You would basically roll the dice and start completely over and hope it keeps the good parts.
But not anymore. Now, you apply that same canvas mode logic to the images. You just converse with the image directly.
So you don't start from scratch.
Nope. You use the initial image as your structural baseline. You lock it in.
You essentially give it art direction feedback.
Exactly. You look at the image and say, make the lighting more cinematic. Or you might say, add more depth to the background elements.
It keeps the exact same composition you already liked. It just updates the specific details you mentioned in your feedback.
It saves an incredible amount of wasted rendering time.
data.
You are iterating, not just blindly generating.
But what about existing assets? Can I bring in my own messy photos and have it fix them?
Absolutely. You just upload your existing image directly into the interface.
Okay.
Then you tell it to expand the background to fit a widescreen format. Or you ask it to change the entire lighting style completely to match your brand.
So it treats your uploads as a collaborative starting line.
It becomes a true digital art assistant. It works with what you already have.
This brings us to a major inflection point. We have perfectly sculpted text now. We have cinematic, iterative images.
The output is looking great.
But we still have a massive structural limitation here. All of this brilliant work is trapped inside the ChatGPT website.
They are completely stuck in the chat window. And this is exactly where most users stop exploring.
It creates a bottleneck.
A huge one. They spend half their day switching between different browser tabs. They manually copy and paste text back and forth from their email.
It is time to break out of the window. We need to look at connecting apps and scheduling tasks.
This changes the AI from a tool into an employee. You can securely connect the system to your daily digital tools.
What kind of tools are we talking about here?
You can link it to your professional email inbox. You can integrate it with your daily calendar. You can even connect it directly to your Google Sheets.
The source outlines a phenomenal automation example here. Think about your typical Monday morning routine. Usually, you are scrambling to pull data for a team meeting.
Right, you're exporting CSV files, you're formatting columns. It's tedious. But with integrations, the AI does this automatically.
Just entirely in the background.
Every Monday morning, it quietly reviews your sales data in Google Sheets. It reads the latest numbers without you lifting a finger.
It analyzes the data and formats a weekly performance summary. It highlights key changes and identifies areas needing urgent attention.
Sweet. Whoa. Imagine scaling this to automate your entire morning routine.
It is profound to think about. You could theoretically wake up to a perfectly organized digital life. The data is just waiting for you.
You schedule these recurring analytical tasks exactly once. The system remembers the cadence and handles the repetitive data labor seamlessly every single week.
And I want to clarify the mechanics here. Is it actually executing these complex tasks independently, or is it just setting up a smart reminder for me to do them?
It is fully executing the heavy lifting. It proactively authenticates and pulls the live data itself.
That's incredible.
It runs the complex mathematical analysis alone. It builds the entire final report before you even pour your coffee.
It shifts from a reactive answering machine to a proactive manager.
That is exactly the mental shift you have to make. You are managing a digital employee now.
Let us step into the next phase. The AI is handling your routine Monday data summaries now. You suddenly have all this newly freed up cognitive space.
Right, your calendar is suddenly looking pretty open.
What do you actually do with that extra time?
You tackle the massive, highly complex, strategic questions. You go after the real heavy lifting that moves the needle.
The deep work.
Yes, this is where deep research mode completely changes the game.
Traditional internet research is an incredibly painful process. You start with a simple question, and suddenly you have 50 open tabs.
Your browser is just crawling to a halt.
You are constantly filtering out SEO garbage and distracting pop-up ads. You completely lose your train of thought.
You spend hours trying to manually connect disparate data points. It completely drains your intellectual energy before you even start writing the actual brief.
Deep research mode handles this entire chaotic process for you. It does not just spit out a quick, superficial summary.
No, not at all.
It creates highly structured, thoroughly sourced professional reports.
The source gives a fantastic corporate strategy example here. Imagine asking for a comprehensive report on the AI automation market in 2026.
That is a massive, multi-layered question. You need to identify emerging trends and major corporate competitors. You need to assess potential regulatory risks and market opportunities.
A standard AI response would just hallucinate a few generic bullet points, but deep research mode actively browses the live internet.
It reads the actual live web.
It reads dozens of dense articles and market analysis PDFs in real time. It evaluates the industry landscape thoroughly. Then it synthesizes everything into a clear, cohesive document.
But this requires a very serious question. How do we know it isn't just hallucinating these futuristic trends? How can a professional actually trust this synthesized data?
That is the most critical feature of deep research mode. It explicitly roots every single piece of analysis in reliable sources.
So it proves its work.
Exactly. It provides actual clickable citations throughout the final formatted report. You can instantly verify where it got every single data point.
It shows its math so you can trust the insights.
Exactly. You spend vastly less time collecting raw, messy information. You spend far more time making high-level strategic decisions based on that clean data.
2 sec silence. We have reached the final piece of the puzzle. We have completed our deep sourced research. We have our custom visuals generated and refined.
Everything is prepped.
We have our perfectly edited text from Canvas mode. How do we stitch this massive ecosystem together?
We use the feature called ChatGPT Work. This is the ultimate end-to-end synthesizer.
Okay, let's unpack this one.
It is specifically engineered for managing massive, multi-step creative projects. It's for the big stuff.
Most users still micromanage the AI constantly. They break a big project into 20 tiny separate questions.
It's so inefficient.
They act like a nervous helicopter boss hovering over a desk, constantly asking for tiny updates.
It is a terrible way to manage an intelligent system. With ChatGPT Work, you completely change your management approach.
You zoom out.
Right. You provide one massive, overarching strategic goal up front. You essentially ask it to organize the entire process end-to-end on its own.
Let us walk through the source's final major example. You need to produce a comprehensive market research report. It focuses specifically on the emerging AI productivity software industry.
You do not ask it to write an introduction first. You give it the big picture vision immediately.
You lay out the entire scope.
You tell it you need the market landscape thoroughly analyzed. You want all the major competitors clearly identified. You want distinct document sections and actionable next steps for your team.
It takes that massive directive and breaks it down internally. It handles the initial document analysis. It structures the data logically. It helps you draft the broader business planning strategy.
It coordinates all those moving analytical parts completely seamlessly. You get a highly polished, cohesive mega project at the end.
But I have to ask about the failure rate here. What is the secret to making this actually work? How do you keep a massive project like that from falling apart halfway through?
The absolute secret is providing total, uncompromising context. You must provide all the background information up front.
Leave nothing to guesswork.
Right. You must give the system a highly specific, actionable end goal. If your final goal is vague, the entire project will inevitably fail. It will just wander off.
Clear destinations prevent the AI from wandering off the path.
Exactly. You have to learn how to guide it properly as a director, not just a prompter.
Let us thoughtfully synthesize this entire journey we just took. We started out looking at a static, basic Q&A bot, a system where every single chat was starting from zero.
The blank slate.
But we moved step by step toward an integrated, proactive partner. It actively remembers your preferences deeply.
It knows you.
It edits your written work surgically without destroying it. It connects directly to your external apps and data sheets. And finally, it manages massive, multi-step organizational projects effortlessly.
It really is a complete transformation of your daily workflow. It fundamentally changes how you interact with digital technology entirely.
It's a paradigm shift.
You are no longer just chatting with a novel computer program. You are orchestrating real, high-level professional work.
I want to leave you with a final thought today, something for you to deeply mull over after you finish listening. If you implement all 7 of these workflow tips today, how long before your AI assistant actually understands your personal workflow better than you do? 2 sec silence. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We deeply appreciate your time and your curiosity. OTOO music.